Chairman, violent protests and encampments on college campuses, civil unrest throughout the country, a deeply unpopular Democrat president, and a Democrat convention happening in Chicago. Sounds like 1968, but it's 2024. Weeks after the October 7th terrorist attacks by Hamas on Israel, the Judiciary Committee held a hearing on the topic of anti-Semitism on college campuses. We examined the discrepancy between university administrators rapidly shutting down conservative events while posturing a slow reaction to violent pro-Hamas rallies and encampments throughout America's top institutions. School year continued with anti-Semitic and anti-American encampments lasting months. This even led to many graduation cancellations and disruptions. Imagine that. Go to class, you do your work, you paid your tuition, and your family and friends come to celebrate your achievements, and your school chooses to take the side of the woke mob they've let infiltrate their grounds since this last October. It's been said that the activity on college campuses is like looking into a crystal ball 5 years into the future. Censorship of conservative ideas, speakers, and even students, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives being forced on peers, cancel culture, safe spaces, the list goes on and on. At this committee, our oversight is often done retrospectively. This hearing is an opportunity to look forward to ensure no other students have to go through what the brave witnesses today have had to endure. That is why we are here today. And I want to thank my colleagues, including Speaker Johnson, Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik, who've launched a House-wide investigation on this topic. In fact, this committee sent letters to Secretary Blinken, Secretary Mayorkas 3 weeks ago, asking a fundamental question. The Immigration Nationality Act says if a student is here on a visa and they're engaged in activity that is against the law, they're not supposed to be here. The visa is supposed to be taken away. So we asked Secretary Blinken, have you begun the process of revoking any visas? We know, for example, it's been reported in the press, 55% of the student body, according to the press, 55% of the student body at Columbia is here on a student visa or some kind of visa. Any of those people engaged in unlawful activity? If they are, Secretary Blinken, are you working to revoke that visa? And if that's happening, Secretary Mayorkas, are you looking to, or are you in the process of removing these folks from the country? I want Israel to win. They were attacked by a terrorist organization. I want them to win, and I thought the White House did too. I do not understand recent statements and actions by this administration when it comes to the weapons, not letting them go to our dearest and closest friend, the state of Israel. When it comes to the leading Democrat in the United States Senate telling Israel, we need a new prime minister, for goodness sake, this is our ally. I do not understand some of the things that are going on. That's why this hearing is so darn important. And I want to thank our chairman, Chairman Roy. I want to thank Virginia Fox for the work she's doing on the Education and Workforce Committee as well. And I want to thank our witnesses for coming here today to testify. This is important. This is real. I do not understand what this White House is doing. I do not understand. We want to help Israel prevail. That's what we should be focused on. And we want college campuses. We want college campuses where students can learn and get the education they paid for. With that, I yield back.
I thank the chairman, and I will now recognize the ranking member of the full committee, Mr. Nadler, for his opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I devoted much of my life to combating anti-Semitism, and I am as attuned as anyone to threats and bigotry aimed at Jewish people.